Hi guys, it is time to go over my end of July, early August book haul. So I placed an order through ThriftBooks. I'm going to show you which books I got there. Hopefully I remembered them all. There might be one or two that I missed. And then I also went to Barnes & Noble and searched their clearance section. They're kind of, I guess, getting ready to move off the shelves books, and found quite a few books there. I got a book from Costco as an impulse buy, and then I had to pick up another book from Barnes & Noble for my buddy read this month that I just found out about. I'm super excited. So let's start with ThriftBooks. I got Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, and I'm really excited for this one because people in my Facebook groups have been telling me about it, and a lot of people are saying like it's one of their favorites, and I'm like, okay, haven't read it yet, so I'm very excited about it. And then the next two that I got are kind of creepier, and I'm already including them on my October TBR. The first one is The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell, and this one is about a widowed woman who is pregnant, and so she's sent to her husband's estate, and I guess it's super luxurious, and she didn't know how it was going to be. Like, she didn't know it was going to be this luxurious. She married, and this is the first time seeing the estate. But the new servants are resentful of her, the local villagers are hostile, and she only has her husband's awkward cousin for company, or so she thinks. Inside her new home lies a locked door, beyond which is a painted wooden figure, a silent companion that bears a striking resemblance to Elsie herself. The residents of the bridge are terrified of the figure, but Elsie tries to shrug this off as a simple superstition. That is, until she notices the figure's eyes following her. I just got chills. This is going to be weird, but I'm very excited. That is definitely for October. And then the next one I have is Asylum by Madeline Rowe, and this one is a series, and it has like creepy illustrations like all over in the book, like just a ton of them. So I'm kind of excited for this one too, and I'm a little nervous though. If I start it, I'm gonna want to like jump right into the series and get more. I think it's a trilogy. So for this one, for 16-year-old Dan Crawford, the New Hampshire college prep program is the chance of a lifetime, except that when Dan arrives, he finds that the usual summer housing has been closed, forcing students to stay in the crumbling Brooklyn dorm, formerly a psychiatric hospital. As Dan and his new friends Abby and Jordan start exploring Brooklyn's twisty halls and hidden basement, they uncover disturbing secrets about what really went on here. Secrets that link Dan and his friends to the asylum's dark past, because it turns out Brookline was no ordinary psych ward, and there are some secrets that refuse to stay buried. Featuring haunting found photographs from real asylums. Okay, I didn't know that. That's creepy. This mind-bending reading experience blurs the lines between past and present, friendship and obsession, genius and insanity. Whew, okay. This is going to be a fun October. I'm so excited. Okay. The next one from ThriftBooks is the first book in the Chemical Garden trilogy. It is Wither by Lauren DeStefano. It looks very pretty. So this one, don't really know a whole lot about, so I'll just read the blurb real fast. In the not-too-distant future, genetic engineering has turned every newborn into a ticking time bomb. That's right. Males die at age 25, females die at age 20. While scientists seek a miracle antidote, young girls are routinely kidnapped and sold as polygamous brides to bear more children. When 16-year-old Ryan is taken, she enters a world of wealth and privilege that both entices and terrifies her. She has everything she ever wanted, except freedom. Soon it becomes clear that not everyone at her new husband's home is how they appear. With the help of Gabriel, a servant Marion is growing dangerously attracted to, Marion attempts to escape before her time runs out. That's very interesting. I'm very excited. So that may have to make it on my TBR for this year. We'll see. The last one from ThriftBooks is called The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. And I've heard a lot about this author. I don't remember if I read the Vampire Academy books or not. I feel like I must have. But that's the one I recognized from her. I think I did. But anyway, this one, there's no... Oh, here it is. This one is about a select group of girls and the glittering court. It's a luxury, glamour, and leisure. To highborn Adelaide, whose wealthy family is forcing her into a loveless marriage, the glittering court represents something else. The chance to chart her own destiny and adventure in an unspoiled, prosperous new land across the sea. After a chance meeting with the dazzling Cedric Thorne, Adelaide poses as a servant to join the crop of impoverished girls he promises to transform into proper ladies. But her familiarity with upper-class life comes with a price. She must hide her identity from her new friends, mysterious refugee Mira and fiery former laundress Tamsin. And most importantly, from Cedric himself, even though she's falling in love with him. Oh, okay. Everything begins to crumble when Cedric discovers Adelaide's ruse, and she catches the eye of a powerful young governor who wants her for a wife. She didn't leave the gilded cage of her old life behind just to become someone else's property. But nothing is as daunting or as wonderful as the potent, forbidden attraction simmering between Adelaide and Cedric, one that, if acted on, would make them both outcast in a wild, dangerous, uncharted world and possibly lead them to their deaths. Wow, that sounds pretty intense. I'm excited for that. Okay, let's move on to the one I got from Costco. Total impulse buy. But I've already started it and I'm super excited. It is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. So it's a thriller and it's good. I am on chapter 8 only, but it starts out very exciting. And I don't want to give anything away, but if you like thrillers, I think this is good. It's definitely making me want to check out Ruth Ware's other books. I haven't read any of hers, so this may make me do it. And the cover is so pretty. It's really hard to tell because of the lighting, but like when I'm outside reading it in the sun, which is my favorite time to read this, there's like water rivulets and droplets that shine in the sunlight, and it's just gorgeous. So the other book I'm going to show you is Sea Witch by Sarah Henning. And this is the one that I am going to be reading with my buddy Read for my book group on Facebook this month. So I am very excited about this. And this is basically the retelling of The Little Mermaid, but from the villain's perspective. So it's going to be, I believe, it's not like Ursula. It's not her exact character. Like, we're not talking Disney. We're talking about the Hans Christian Andersen's villainess. So this is like the before story, but same idea. Like, we get to see how the perspective of the witch came to be. Okay, and then the next few books came from the Barnes & Noble clearance section, and not all of them are on my TBR. This first one is. I just put it on there recently from watching another booktube. The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. And I'm very excited for this one. It's big, like it's a nice, hearty book, and I have a book goal of 100 for this year, and I'm pushing it. I didn't get started until March, and I work full time and go to school, and so I'm struggling, and I'm like, I don't want to read something this big because it'll only count as one book, but at the same time, I just want to dive right in. So this sounds super interesting. It's I'll just read the back. Guile is the prism, the most powerful man in the world. He is high priest and emperor, a man whose power, wit, and charm are all that preserves a tenuous peace. Yet prisms never last, and Guile knows exactly how long he has left to live. When Guile discovers he has a son, born in a far kingdom after the war that put him in power, he must decide how much he's willing to pay to protect a secret that could tear his world apart. It just, from what I've heard and seen in the reviews, this author does a really good job of building the world, and I feel like this is going to be a fun world to live in. So I'm hoping I can read that soon, but it probably won't be till like January. Okay, the next two books go together. So I've got Actually What Happened Is I Bought Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken. Not 100% realizing that it is the sequel. So I bought it for the super cheap price in the Barnes & Noble like clearance section. And when I went back for my book group reading buddy book, Sea Witch, I had to pick up the first in the series, which is Passenger. So I'm very excited for these. The covers are gorgeous. Like, just really, I'm like, look at this. There's got a crumbling city underneath this snow globe. I mean, it just, maybe not snow globe, but it's a globe. But it's beautiful. So I'm really excited to read these. I don't know too much about them other than it deals with time travel, and I'm not going to go through it all because I've already taken up a lot of time. But I'll read the blurb, I guess, on the front of Passenger. Expert. Passenger succeeds as an adventure, as a romance, and as a comparison of cultural norms. And this is New York Times book review. So that kind of just gives an idea of the feel and the idea behind it. My books are starting to stack up. Okay, the next two also go together, both found in the clearance section, which I was like, what? Because they're Marvel, and I love Marvel. And I've got Black Widow, Forever Red by Margaret Stoll, and Black Widow, Red Vengeance. And they both look awesome. They're just, about Black Widow. So if you know about Black Widow, you know that she's an awesome character, and it would be, anything to do with her is great. And so it talks about her origin, but also gives, I guess, a new adventure. But I'm just glancing through, I can see that there's like a shield thing, and I'm just like, okay, I'm super excited. So that's those. The last two are kind of a random, and I hadn't heard of them, but I decided to get them. I've got Victoria, which is kind of like a classic Victorian style. Talks about an 18-year-old girl who becomes the Queen of England due to the death of her uncle. She's the last in the line, and so it just kind of deals with who she can trust and all of the drama that goes with running a country. And the last one, The Visionist by Rachel Urquhart. Interesting. I love it. It looks haunting, but beautiful, and this one is very interesting. So it's a 15-year-old Polly Kimball sets fire to the family farm, killing her abusive father and escaping with her younger brother. They find shelter in a Shaker community called City of Hope. And I guess in this community, there are young girls who are visited by extraordinary mystical visions, earning them the honorific Visionist title and bringing renown to their settlements. So, I mean, this is very interesting world. So, apparently Polly is suddenly exalted and is considered a visionist, but this threatens her identity. She's trying to escape and hide because she burned down the farm and killed her abusive father. So, very interesting. I'm very excited for that one too. So that was my late July, early August book haul. I am going to do better and not buy so many books because that was a lot. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.